Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Here's your boy, Alvaro. How are you guys doing today? There I am. Let me check on my audio, on my sound. There you go. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Jordan, loving myself. Loving myself is always here. Yeah. A lion held. Green Galloway. Casual Smells. There you go. Rob Julio. Zake. Mr. Dan. Tanya. Gigi. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys located at? Hello, guys. Welcome back, folks. I am in the beautiful city of Charlotte in North Carolina. Have you guys been to Charlotte? You should. It's a beautiful city, huh? There you go. You're in North Carolina. Kanika Waters, Cleveland, Ohio, Mr. Dan. I got to go to Cleveland, bro. Yeah, I should. That's on the top of my wish list. Richmond, Virginia, very beautiful city. Yeah, I've been to Richmond. Yeah, sure. So please drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you want me to go over. And in the meantime, I am going to make a summary of what happened today. Another red day across the board, guys. Yeah. We didn't have, from a technical standpoint, a bear market, because it isn't. You guys know that we talk about a bear market whenever any stock or index is more than 20% of the highs. But if you take a look at the average stock that trades inside the S&P 500, this is a bear market, guys. You go ahead and take a look at the SPY. Say, this is a 4-hour chart of the SPY. And the SPY is, as of now, guys, let me see. We are 8% of the highs. So we are not even in a correction. A correction has to do with a drop larger than 20% of the highs. So this is not even a correction, a technical correction. Needless to say, a bear market, guys. A bear market has to do with a drop larger than 20% of the highs. But if you take a look at the average stock that trades inside the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100, wow, the damage is brutal. Brutal. Simply brutal, guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's been painful for most people out there. And now the question is, are we going to retest the lows? So back on March 13th, the SPY hit $550. Are we headed that way? It's possible. This is not a good looking chart. But well, let me make a summary of what happened today. Russell 2000 went down today 0.39%. The NASDAQ went down 0.53%. The S&P 500, you guys know that the SPY tracks the S&P 500. I guess that you guys know that, right? You should know that. Okay. So the S&P 500 went down 0.33% and the Dow Jones went down 0.37%. Take a look at the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, guys. This is pure panic. Yeah. These are the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. Inside the S&P 500, we have 3 sectors that are considered defensive. So whenever there's fear out there and stuff like that, for whatever reason, most of the investors, I would say that mostly institutional investors, try to buy defensive stocks. Let's just put it that way. Take a look at consumer staples. Up today 1.13%, followed by healthcare, another defensive sector, up 0.15%. And the other defensive sector, guys, that we have inside the S&P 500 is utilities. But nowadays, the utilities sector has been affected by the AI mania, because you guys know that the data centers are going to need a lot of energy and stuff like that. So we can say that we started to see some sort of bubble inside that sector, and that's the reason why it isn't outperforming the S&P 500 as of now. when the S&P goes down. So, but other than that, guys, a nasty day across the board. Nasty day across the board. And when it comes to the SPY, guys, you know that I am very active in Discord. I'm letting you guys know the levels of interest for any given trading session. So we don't need to do a very thoroughly breakdown of the SPY, because tomorrow I am going to be pre-market providing you guys the numbers that you need to keep in mind. And by the way, I told you this, I told you guys this today in Discord. Tomorrow we have the core PCE data report coming out at 8:30 a.m. Take a look. I posted this information in Discord at 3:14 p.m. I told you, keep in mind that tomorrow at 8:30, I said p.m. Damn it, that's wrong, bro. Sorry, guys. 3:30 a.m., not p.m. I mean, I am doing 1 million things at the same time, guys, so please forgive my mistake. So keep in mind that tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. we have the core PCE data report coming out. So this is supposedly the preferred inflation gauge of the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. So this is a report that could be moving the tape significantly pre-market. We'll see about that. We don't care about what that report states or says. We just care about the price action, okay? So I let you guys know this before the trading session closed today, because sorry, my throat is a bit isn't doing well today. Let's just put it away. I said here, guys, take a look. That means that you should avoid leaving positions running overnight, especially weekly options and like that. So yeah, when it comes to my pre-market commentary, the one that I am going to be posting tomorrow in Discord, keep in mind that I will be posting it later than usual, because this report comes out at around 8:30 a.m. and I usually wait 30 minutes, 45 minutes in order to see what the reaction of the markets looks like. And then I will be posting my pre-market commentary. And by the way, and mostly if you guys are actively trading the SPY, keep an eye on my pre-market commentary, guys. Why do I say that? Because I think, and you guys can reconcile this information with the technical charts. I am providing you guys very useful information if you are actively trading the SPY. Take a look at what I said today. And even yesterday. Take a look, guys. Yesterday I posted, take a look. So at 7:50 a.m., way before the trading session opened, I said, good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday for y'all. Okay. That's our pivot today. Look, and I shared with you guys this picture or this image. Take a look. This is an anchored volume weighted average price line in the case of the SPY that comes from all-time highs. What did I say here, guys? That's our pivot today. That line is none other than the anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from all-time highs, currently signaling $575.20. What did I say after that? Above $575.20, the bulls have the ball and can push the tape higher. Below $575.20, we have to be careful. If we reconcile that information with what actually happened yesterday, take a look, guys. Take a look at how they opened the trading session, tried to consolidate, or the bulls tried to consolidate above yesterday's pivot, which was, as you guys can see here, $575.20. They couldn't do it. They lost $575.20. And after that, take a look at what happened. The SPY collapsed throughout the whole trading session. This was a very good call out. I give myself credit when it is due. This was a very good call out. I was warning you guys that below that level, you had to be careful. And that ended up being the case. And take a look at what happened this morning, guys. So let me scroll down here. Look. And I am also posting, like funny stuff like this, Trading sometimes is also about, having fun and stuff. So whatever. So this morning, earlier on today, what did I say? Let me see. So, what is it? Potential. Is it yesterday? Sorry, guys. Yesterday. So, okay. Here is. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday for y'all. Futures are selected red. Our early pivot comes in today at $570.25. You have to keep in mind this level, the pivot. It is very, but very, very, very important. Above the pivot, the bulls have the ball and can push price higher. And below the pivot, and this happened today, guys, I told you, pre-market, that the SPY was this morning, before the trading session opened, trading below that level. Look, as you guys can see here. And what happened after that, guys? We ended up having today, once again, a red day. And take a look at how, guys, the bulls were able to consolidate above our early pivot. $570.25. Look, let's take a look at a 1 day, 1 minute chart of the SPY. What was today's high, guys? Check this out. $570.88. The pivot was right. Yesterday and today as well. So when I point out that level, you have to put it down on a sticky note and plan your trading based on the pivot. If the bulls are below the pivot, I have to be careful. There could be bounces along the way or on the way down, but below the pivot, the tape is guilty rather than innocent. By the way, I also told you guys today, let me see, what is it at? I posted at 11:30 a.m. I think. Let me see. Here, look. At 11:30 a.m. I told you, they couldn't hold $570.25 as support. Our pivot. Okay. Not a good sign for the bulls. If $569 is broken to the downside, puts could be an option. Puts could be an option, guys. I told you, or I posted this information at 11:30 a.m. And mind you, guys, while I am posting this information on Discord, at the same time, I am live streaming for the members of my Patreon in Spanish. I am not pitching you anything, okay? My Patreon is spoken and written in Spanish, so you don't need to sign up because you will not understand a word, okay? But I am doing 1 billion things at the same time. So I told you, if 569 is broken to the downside, puts could be an option. What happened afterwards? Look, $569 was broken to the downside at 11:32 a.m., guys. I cannot be making this up. Look. So the idea here, guys, is that you use this information that I am posting in order to make your own trading decisions. And again, if you guys are actively trading the SPY, this is everything you need. That's it. If you know what you're doing, obviously, right? If you had a newie and stuff like that, I mean, maybe you need to, I don't know, paper trade a bit or practice, whatever. But if you know what you're doing, guys, this is all the information you need. That's it. So, go to Discord. Take a look at this information. So check the information and go back to the charts to double check the work. Do it. And let me know if this information happens to be useful for you. Yeah. Peter Medina, Alvaro, when are you going to do an example of the SPY? What do you mean by that? Like going live for you guys? I mean, the comment is actually in Spanish. I am translating it into English. Álvaro, hermano, ¿cuándo vas a hacer un ejemplo del SPY? Okay, guys, so what stocks you want me to go over? By the way, no, take a look at this. And again, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about the SPY, but take a look at these, guys. This is the anchor VWAP that I told you guys about yesterday, right? The one that comes from all-time highs. So what information is that anchor VWAP sending us, guys? That the average market participant that started a position when the SPY hit $613 back on February 19th has an average price of $575.50. Why do you guys think that the SPY already failed on 2 occasions right at this level? Why is it? Let's try to think about this from a logical standpoint, guys. This is an AVWAP, again, that comes from all-time highs. It is signaling $575.50. So this anchor VWAP is showing us the average price of the average market participant that started a position on the SPY back from February 20th. So why do you guys believe that the SPY failed right at this level yesterday? Why was it? What happened here? What do we need AVWAPs for? Any suggestion here? While I take a sip of Sprite here. So, in your personal case, guys, when you're losing money on any given position, say that you have Tesla calls, Tesla drops, or you have calls of Sofi, or you have calls of Pltr, and you're losing money. Say that you have 100 shares of Pltr. Pltr is trading as of now at $89. Okay, so you have shares of Pltr. I don't know, 50 shares at $95. And Pltr is at $89. What do you guys do if Pltr goes back up and matches your average cost of $95? What do you do? What would be the action of the average market participant when they are losing money on any given position and that position all of a sudden is breaking even? They sell the hell out of that. Correct, Kanika? Correct. Exactly. So this anchored value weighted average price line as of now, guys, represents a level of overhead supply or resistance, if you will. So it would be very positive, and I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow because we have this core PCE data bullshit report coming out at 8:30 a.m. But if the bulls are able to burst above $575.50, $576, that's positive. In minor time frames, that's positive. This is a daily chart. Yeah, and the other one is a 4-hour chart. Yeah, this is a 4-hour, and this is a daily. But let's say, guys, that I don't know, they don't like the report or whatever, or Trump said this or said that, because on top of that, guys, I am highlighting to you in the comments that I am posting on Discord that this is a very challenging market. Very, very challenging, guys. So we have a president that today says one thing and the other day says something completely different, and that obviously is an important component for volatility in order to be picking up. Take a look at the trades that I took today, guys. Puts of the SPY, $142. Puts of the Triple Q, $62. And puts, what was this? This was SPY again, $105. That's it. I only put options. That was it. That's all I did today. And since most of you guys, and this is something that I have been telling you guys over and over and over again, if you guys are trading weekly options or 0 day to expiration options, you're running a very high risk, guys. Because Trump can, come out at any moment and say this or say that, and the markets go crazy when the president starts to talk about tariffs and this and that and whatever. And he wants to take over Greenland and Canada, and you guys know. I'm not gonna get into a political conversation here, guys. Oh, obviously, but that's a factor that you need to keep in mind as well. But let's talk about this other anchored volume weighted average. Anchored volume weighted average price line, the one that I am pointing out with my mouse. And sorry, that I've been streaming since 9 a.m. So at this time of the day, when I go live for you guys, I am already very, 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 very tired. Okay. I am talking all day long. So take a look at this other anchor VWAP, guys. This is an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the low so far for the SPY back from March 13th at pretty much $550. Take a look at the level that the bulls held today as support, guys. $564. So what message is this AVWAP sending us? That the average market participant that started a position on the SPY back on March 13th is, as of now, refusing to sell their positions. They believe that they made a good deal buying the SPY at $550 and averaging up on their positions. Take a look. We are exactly holding this level, guys. Look, $564. So what happens if if the markets do not like the core PCE data report that comes out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. and this anchor VWAP is broken to the downside? That would imply that the average market participant that as of now has the best average cost on SPY positions throughout the year, or on positions that were opened throughout this year, is capitulating. This would be very negative, guys. Before $564, I would be shutting the hell out of the SPY. Very negative. So the bulls need to recapture this AVWAP that comes from all-time highs at $575.50 ish as soon as possible. And below $564, guys, I would not rule out a test of the March 13th low at around $550. Something that I also wanted to point out here, guys, is the fact. Take a look at the volume, guys. Take a look at how the volume has been decreasing. This is positive for the bulls. Take a look at how. Let me scroll up here. When the SPY first started to drop like a rock since mid-February, take a look at how the volume started to go up. But now, as the SPY goes up, the volume is decreasing. And you guys have to know, this is some sort of general knowledge that you should have about the markets in general terms. The markets go up, I would say that 80% of the time. And when I say the markets, I am talking about the whole thing, the triple Qs and the SPY, blah, 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 blah. So the markets go up 80% of the time on lighter volume than usual. And on the flip side, the markets go down 80% of the time on higher volume than usual. And this is, take a look. The proof is in the pudding. Look, the volume increased significantly from mid-February until the March 13th low. And now the SPY started to go up, even though we just had a couple of red days. But the volume hasn't increased. That is positive. That is signaling that maybe this is some sort of slight retracement, and that the bulls, if they are able to recapture this anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs at $575.50, might have a shot at bringing the SPY up to higher levels. Are we good here, guys? Any questions? You good? Before I start going over individual stocks, let's go over Meta. There you go. This is going to be the first one. Meta Platforms, which went down today, I guess, yes, 1.37%, and it closed the trading session at $602.58. So, take a look at this red line, guys. This is none other than the 200-day moving average. Some people say, some experienced, I would say, market participants, that this is the most important moving average of all. The 200 DMA. Take a look at how Meta got close to the 200-day moving average on 1, 2, and 3 occasions. And take a look at the slope of this 200-day moving average, guys. It is upward sloping. That implies that this is a very important moving average, that since it is upward sloping, it is pushing price up. So we didn't see a test of that moving average, but it ended up pushing price up. So that's positive. The white line that you guys can see over here, this is the 5-day moving average. I use the 5-day moving average, or the 5 DMA, in order to determine who is in control of minor time frames. And the 5 DMA is upward sloping, which is positive. So I wouldn't touch Meta below this 5-day moving average. As of now, this 5 DMA is signaling $611, but above the 5 DMA, we have some sort of a spider of moving averages. The 20, the pink line that I am pointing out with my mouse, and the 20 and the 100. The 100 DMA is signaling $623. So ideally, for me, in order to go long Meta, I would like to see buyers showing strength over here by recapturing the 100-day moving average that as of now is signaling $623. This stock would be a no touch for me below that 100 DMA. Say that the bulls recapture this 100-day moving average at $623. Say that we see a process of consolidation above $623. That could be opening the door for a test of the 50 DMA near or at $653. So if we start the position in Meta slightly above $623, say that we start the position at $625, and if we happen to close this position right at that 50 DMA, $653, this could represent a 4.24% profit trade. Nothing to sneeze at all. But be careful, guys, because Meta is trading below the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average. And again, in minor time frames, the bulls have been showing a bit of a strength, but I would like to see more strength. Okay, so in my opinion, a no touch below $623 unless we see a test. I don't know, maybe they kill the tape tomorrow because Trump said this and Trump said that and tariffs and they didn't like the core PCE data report, whatever. I might be thinking about giving Meta a shot if we happen to see a test of the 200-day moving average at $575. It is upward sloping, guys. So if we happen to see a test in the upcoming days, while that 200-day moving average is still upward sloping, I would give it a shot at $575. I would, probably. I mean, I don't know. In regular market conditions, if the markets are falling off a cliff because Trump said this and that, and we have a recession coming and there's fear out there, you guys know the drill, right? So that would be my take on Meta. But let me take a look at some anchor VWAPs. Let's see what do we see here in the case of Meta platforms. And then I will be going over Tessie. Hey, take a look. Interesting information. Look. So what is this? This is okay, now let me delete this. Let me display an AVWAP from the most recent all-time highs of Meta. Take a look. $635. An anchored volume weighted average price line in the case of Meta that comes from all-time highs. So Meta reached $740 back on February 14th. So that anchor VWAP is signaling $634. So we know that we have back holders up there. They are losing money, guys. No one likes losing money. So this is a potential level for profit taking in the case of Meta. Because from a logical standpoint, we can make a case that most of the buyers that are trapped as of now on Meta at $635, once Meta gets up there, they will be probably selling out of those positions. So if we reconcile this anchor VWAP at $635 with this 4-hour chart, let me see. So ideally, my trade from the 100-day moving average at $626 could be up to that anchor VWAP that I just pointed out, $635. This could be a 2% profit trade, guys. I think that Meta is likely to not be able to burst above this anchor VWAP at $635 right away. Those people are losing money. I think that that's a potential spot for a retracement of Meta. So from, say, $623 up to $634, right at the VWAP that I just pointed out, that's a 10-point trade, guys. That's a good one, right? And for me, in order to be like super bullish in Meta from a technical standpoint, I would need to see it above the 50-day moving average. Meta burst above $652. It is going to be above all the moving averages, but more importantly, it is going to be above the anchored value weighted average price line that comes from all-time highs. If we take a look, more information, guys. My analysis are usually very in depth. Let's just put it that way. Let me take a look at the market structure of Meta. Let's see if we see something meaningful or positive in the case of Meta platforms. So this is a market structure chart. What you guys can see on top is the demand, buyers, and what you see at the bottom is the supply, sellers. Take a look at how the demand is rising, which is positive, and the supply is also trying to rise, but the level of the demand is higher relative to the level of the supply. We can actually reconcile this market structure chart with this 4-hour chart, in which we can see over here the 5-day moving average upward sloping, usually. And this is a tool that I use on a daily basis, guys, the market structure of any given stock. When I see the demand rising, that fact is usually coinciding with an upward sloping 5-day moving average. So this is positive, guys. That implies that despite the fact that Meta is trading below the anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs and below the 100 and the 50 DMA, that implies that in minor time frames, buyers have started to show up. And that is positive. Okay, so we're done with Meta. Let's go over Tesi. And believe it or not, guys, once I am done streaming for you, I am going to be making a video in Spanish. So, wow, that's been a long day here. Okay, Tesi, what do we see here? Excuse me, guys. By the way, and I made a video in English about Tesla last Tuesday, guys. If you're trading Tesla, be mindful of the fact that Tesla will be posting the information about Q1 and March deliveries next week. It should be on the 2nd or the 3rd of April. So that might be a big market mover for Tesla. If you ask me, and taking into account the current situation that Tesla is going through because of all of the stuff that Elon is doing, I don't think that those deliveries are going to be looking nice or positive. Let's just put it that way. So if you are buying call options or of Tesla and stuff like that, be careful. Okay? Yep, be careful. So Tesi went up today 0.39% and it closed the trading session at $273.13. Guys, that is a very important level here, guys. Very, 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 but super important. Take a look at how the 5-day moving average is upward sloping. Remember that my 5 DMA happens to be this white line that I am pointing out with my mouse. But take a look at how over here, this red line, I hope that you guys can see it here. I am pointing it out with my mouse. Let me zoom out a bit. Look, this red line. Take a look. This is the 200 DMA. So the 200-day moving average is signaling as of now $284. Very important level for Tesla. Super important. I would not touch Tesla below this 200 DMA. Again, this is a very important moving average from an institutional standpoint. So above the 200 DMA, and by the way, guys, the 200-day moving average is actually coinciding with a previous level of resistance for Tesla back from early March. So a potential process of consolidation or recapture of this level, $285-ish, could be opening the door for the next important gap for Tesi up to $305. $305 happens to be a previous level of resistance back from early March as well. Say that the bulls cannot recapture this 200 DMA. Take a look at the level that they are holding after hours. Again, this white line, guys, this is my 5 DMA, 5-day moving average. So this is a very important level. Again, I use the 5 DMA in order to try to determine who is in control of a technical chart in minor time frames. So if this 5 DMA is broken to the downside, in my opinion, this stock is a short, down to the 20-day moving average at $257. So below the 5 DMA, I am bearish, below $272, and above or with the bulls recapturing the 200 DMA, $284, I could be constructive about Tessie. But mind you guys, from I would say tomorrow and on, needless to say, from next week's Monday and on, I would not be touching Tesla, because I know that we have the delivery figures, the delivery numbers coming out, I would say between Tuesday and Wednesday. And this thing is going to go crazy with those numbers. That, in my opinion, I could be mistaken, guys. I don't have any, information from Tesla. I own a Tesla vehicle, and I'm actually wearing a T-shirt. I'm wearing a shirt. I like the product that they make, but I don't like the stock. I don't think that those numbers are going to be positive. Let's just put it that way. And aside from that, guys, Tesla is guilty until proven innocent, below the 100-day moving average and below a downward sloping 50 DMA. So this is a technical short that is under the control of sellers rather than buyers. In minor time frames, buyers have started to make some progress, but wow, there's a lot of technical damage here, guys. And take a look at this. If we take a look at anchor VWAPs or AVWAPs in the case of Tessie, what do we see? Let's check that out. Let me see. So, take a look. If we take a look at an anchor VWAP, a VWAP that comes from the day of the presidential election last year, we get an average price of $337. Oh, those people are losing a lot of money on Tessie, guys. And another anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs is signaling, as of now, $330. Big but huge level of overhead supply above the current price of Tesla, between $332 and $339. If Tesla gets up to this level, to this level, say next week, I would be grabbing puts. I would be fading to rip up there. In my opinion, these market participants are going to be selling the hell out of Tessie if we happen to see Tesla again, reaching those levels, I don't know, maybe next week. And if we take a look at the market structure of Mr. Musk, let's see, Tessie. Sorry, guys, this sinusitis is killing me. I suffer from sinusitis, and wow, I am having a hard time. So my voice isn't good today. So the market structure of Tessie looks good, actually. Look, the demand is rising, the supply is rising as well. But when the demand is rising along with the supply, let's say that the fact that the supply is rising cancels out the rise of the supply. So it is looking good, guys. We can actually reconcile this market structure short with the fact that the 5-day moving average is upward sloping. So let's say that the last line of defense for the bulls over here, guys, is this 5-day moving average. As long as Tessie remains above 272, we might have higher prices on deck, and below 272, watch out for some puts. Yep. Okay. What else do we have here, guys? I saw Sofi, I think, right? Yeah, Sofi. Let's go over Sofi, my blowfi. Okay. There you go, Sofi Technologies. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. This is live TV. So Sofi went down today 6% and closed the trading session at $12.20. So not a good looking short, guys. We have some way, somehow, a situation that looks like Meta's situation. Why do I say that? Well, because Sofi is trading below the 5-day moving average, the white line that I am putting out with my mouse. But take a look at how the 200 DMA is upward sloping. And take a look at how, in the case of Sofi, it acted as support to the F penny. Look, we saw a test of the 200-day moving average. This was back on March 11th, and it acted as support to the penny. And why is it? Well, because the slope of a moving average is very important, guys. It sends a message. Take a look. So I wouldn't touch Sofi below the 5-day moving average, so below $13.07. $13. We can round this up, or round this down rather. I could think about giving it a shot because buyers would be showing strength in minor time frames. A no touch, in my opinion, below that 5-day moving average, but I would be curious about a retest of this upward sloping 200-day moving average at $11.12. It is upward sloping, guys. It would be worth taking a shot, in my opinion. Not a good looking chart, below the 50, the 100 DMA, below also the 20-day moving average. So say that the bulls recapture the 20 DMA, currently signaling $12.65, and they also recapture the 5 DMA, $13. They would be showing strength. And that's what we're looking for in a technical chart, guys. Strength. Or weakness if you're shorting a stock, obviously. So a no touch below $30, and it makes me curious. It would make me curious. A retest of $11, so a level that coincides with the upward sloping 200-day moving average. If we take a look at anchor VWAPs in the case of Sofi, let's check that out. Let me see, what do I see here? Take a look. An anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs is signaling as of now $14. Again, these market participants are losing money. No one likes losing money. No one. So if I start a trade on Sofi at $13, I would be locking in the profit near $14, because in my opinion, there's a high likelihood for Sofi to be rejected at that anchor VWAP, $14 approximately. And if we take a look at the market structure of Sofi, my BlowFi. Sorry, guys. Okay. What do we see here? Let's check that out. Wow, the market structure looks very well, guys. Look. Something that doesn't add up here, huh? Wow, the demand is through the roof, guys. And the level of the supply is way lower relative to the level of the demand. Yeah, someone is lying here, guys. This doesn't add up. So the fact that the demand is rising and way above the level of the supply would give me more confidence in order to go long Sofi if the bulls recapture $13. And I would be locking in the profit at the anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs at $14. How about that? There you go. So what other stock you want me to go over, guys? We are 42 minutes in. I can stream for you guys for, I don't know, 10 more minutes or something like that. Let me know. Drop a comment. Thoughts on BABA? Good question. I love it. Where's my Sprite at? Okay, let's go over BABA. Okay. So, BABA. I have noticed, guys, that BABA, for the most part, is inversely correlated to the US dollar, the Dixie. This guy, take a look. So ideally, if you guys are trading BABA, you have to take a look at the US dollar, DXY. If the Dixie is going down, it's kind of a, a positive sign in order to go long BABA. So keep an eye on the US dollar, guys, DXY. Okay, BABA. Let's take a look at Alibaba. So up to date 2.56% and closed the trading session at $135.63. This is an easy one, guys. Take a look at the 20-day moving average. Let me draw a line here. And again, sorry, guys, because my throat is having a day. Okay, so the 20-day moving average, guys, at $138 happens to coincide with a previous level of resistance for BABA back from early March. And once BABA bursts above, if that were the case, once BABA bursts above $138, it is going to be trading above all the moving averages. And take a look at the slope of the 50 DMA, upward sloping, 100 upward sloping, 200 upward sloping. These are major moving averages that are pushing price up. So I would be going long BABA above $138. It would be a very good looking short. And if that were the case, say that BABA consolidates above $138, the next potential gap to the upside could be the most recent 52-week high for BABA at $149. So BABA reached $149 back on, this was back in mid-March, and also back in early March. Say that we take this trade from, say that we started the position at $139. From $139 up to $148, this could represent, get these guys, a 6.42% profit trade. Oof. Definitely, but definitely on the very top of my watch list. Yep. Let me take a look at some anchor VWAPs. In the case of BABA, let's see. Alibaba Group. And, I mean, take a look. Nothing to complain about. Take a look at these guys. This anchor VWAP, this white line that I am pointing out with my mouse, is an anchor VWAP or an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the all-time highs of Alibaba. BABA hit, guys, $320 back in October of 2020. And these market participants are already making money here after having been losing money for, I don't know, like 4 years. But now they are making money. This is a very good looking chart, guys. And mind you, if BABA happens to burst above 149, this stock is off to the races. We don't have important levels of overhead supply above the current price of BABA. Off to the races. Yeah. Can we short BABA here? Yeah, maybe. If the 5-day moving average is broken to the downside, 133, yeah, maybe we could see sellers gaining strength in minor time frames. But this is a very good looking chart, guys. Let me take a look at the market structure of BABA. What do we see here? Let's see. Alibaba. And the market structure isn't looking that good. Look, the demand is starting to go down. Remember, this is a market structure short. So on top of this chart, you guys can see the demand, buyers, and at the bottom, sellers. The demand is starting to go down along with the supply, but we never want to see the demand going down, buyers. So with that market structure, say that the DXY goes up, the DXY, the US dollar goes up, and BABA breaks this 5-day moving average to the downside, that would be maybe getting some puts here. But above 138-ish, I am bullish. BABA, yeah. Visit the farmer's market for the honey. Yeah, I gotta do that, Nina. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I've had a rough day here with my boys. And on top of that, guys, again, I am streaming all day long, from 9 a.m. until, I don't know, like 4:30 p.m. Then I am making videos. So, sometimes my wife, gets mad at me. So she gets back at home, guys, at 7 p.m. And she wants to talk with me. I don't want to talk with anyone at 7 p.m. I've been talking all day long. Oh, but you don't talk to me. No, I don't want to talk to anyone. There's nothing wrong about you. I don't want to keep talking. I want to remain silent. Relax a little. Okay. Palantir. The Messi of AI. You gotta say some voice for AI. I should. Sometimes she gets mad at me because I don't talk to her. And women like to be heard. They like to talk, But wow, that's a luxury that, sometimes I don't. That's a luxury for me. Yeah. I'm talking all day long. It's tough, guys. It isn't an easy job. Yeah. I'm like, I love you, but yeah, I need to remain silent here. Yeah. So Palantir went down today 2.37%, and it closed the trading session at $90. So again, guys, the 5 DMA. $93. But I am curious about seeing a retest of the 20-day moving average, guys. I might give Palantir a shot again in regular market conditions if we happen to see a test of this 20-day moving average. Why? Well, because it is coinciding with a previous level of resistance back from late January. By the way, this week I closed 300 shares of Palantir, guys. I was, like making different purchases at different prices. And on Monday, I decided to lock in the profit. And I did. It was a very good trade. So I'm willing to re-enter the trade, but I want to see lower prices, guys. $86 is a level that I might be giving Palantir a shot at. Ideally, we want to see buyers showing strength here in order to start a position. So the best technical setup would be Palantir recapturing the 5-day moving average at $94. And take a look at how this 5DMA is upward sloping, guys. So it would be very positive if the bulls can recapture that level. That would imply that they can keep going higher. And if we take a look at anchor VWAPs, in the case of the Messi of artificial intelligence, according to the knives, Palantir. So, hey, by the way, let me ask you something, guys. When it comes to Amit Kukrija and the other YouTubers that are pumping Palantir 24/7, are they still bullish Palantir? I don't watch their videos, so I am curious about it. Are they still saying that this is a multi-generational, opportunity, and that you have to buy the dip, and that Palantir is going to $200 per share? Are they still saying that? What is the other one? What is the other YouTuber that is constantly pumping Palantir? Steve Nash could be his name. Amit is the most famous one, right? Yes, but they understand that if that valuation is very inflated for now. Yeah. But are they still saying that this is a multi-generational opportunity? Or are they aware about precisely, the valuation of Palantir, which is crazy, guys. And I love financial analysis. And yeah, the valuation is insane, guys. I never saw something like this. I never saw a stock that trades inside the S&P. And again, and mind you, guys, I don't have anything against the company. The company is growing at a very fast pace from a sequential basis. But the valuation is insane. I never saw something like this, guys. This thing trades at 95 times revenue. It's crazy. The knife is the knife is super bullish. I love him. He's such a pumper. I love him. Yeah, I mean, the company is very interesting, but yeah, the valuation is insane, guys. I never saw something like this in a company this size, and that's a problem, guys. That whenever the markets go down, when it comes to these kind of companies that are trading at very high multiples, so these are the ones that get hit the most, and that's what happened with Palantir, because they get all excited, the YouTubers get all excited. Palantir, bro. Palantir to the moon, bro. Alex Kirby is a genius. Okay, take a look at this anchor VWAP, guys. That comes from the last earnings report of Palantir. So this AVWAP is signaling as of now $94. So if we reconcile this information, this anchored value weighted average price line that comes from the last earnings report of Palantir, take a look, $94. So we have the 5DMA, which happens to be upward sloping, which is positive in minor time frames, and in any time frame for that matter, coinciding with the AVWAP that comes from all-time highs. So a potential process of consolidation of Palantir above $94 is a bullish development. That could be signaling that we have higher prices coming up for the Messi of artificial intelligence. The next cap could be $99, but what about $105? Previous level of resistance back from early February. It's possible. So I'm curious about a potential visit down to the 20-day moving average. If this 20 DMA happens to be broken to the downside, Keep an eye on the upward sloping 100 DMA at $78. I think that these levels could be providing support for Pltr is possible. And ideally, we want to go long Pltr above the anchor VWAP that comes from the last earnings report. And that is coinciding as of now with the 5-day moving average. So above $94. Yeah, with the markets going up and stuff, you know, with Trump taking the day off, that would also be bullish for everyone, or for the markets in general terms. Let me take a look at the market structure of Pltr. Let's see what we see here. Wow, the market structure looks super good, guys. Look, the demand is through the roof. And the supply is starting to go down. Wow, guys, Pltr recaptures 94 with Trump taking the day off. I might grab some shares here. Nah. Would that be long-term hold if bullish? Yeah. I would consider Pltr innocent until proven guilty above $94. Yeah, that would be bullish for whatever reason. Yeah. Or for any purpose. Let's just put it that way. Let me see, guys. We are 56 minutes in. Okay, let's wrap it up with Nvda quickly. Before I go, Nvda, it has been getting killed, guys. I mean, take a look at this. So Nvda is how much of the highs? Nvda is 28% of the highs. Guys, this technical chart is absolutely broken. So you have to be aware of that. Under the absolute control of sellers. Below the 100, the 50, the 200, the 20-day moving average. Take a look at how the 20 DMA is downward sloping. Below the 5 DMA. So, and I know that you guys are asking about Nvda. In order to take a short-term trade, you have to wait until buyers show strength. For instance, what about the bulls of Nvda being able to recapture the 5 DMA, $117? This stock is an absolute no-touch. From a technical standpoint, maybe, I mean, you can make a case, guys, that maybe, okay, Alvaro, but what happens if we see a retest of this year's low? Because Nvda hit $104. This was back on March 10th. You're going to have a lot of people saying, oh, this is a double bottom at $104. I mean, if you want to give it a shot at $104, thinking about a potential double bottom and stuff like that, I mean, you can be my guest. But this is a no-touch from a disciplined standpoint. From a disciplined standpoint, if you guys want to have a disciplined approach to the stock, you need to wait until buyers show strength. Do not buy the dip. Buy strength after the dip. Nvda recaptures $170. Yeah, maybe. That could be attracting more buyers into this technical chart. Very ugly looking chart. Needless to say, a major downtrend and under the control of sellers. If we take a look at let me see some anchor VWAPs here, guys. It's been a nice live stream, guys. I think maybe you didn't like it. Okay. Well, take a look at the overhead supply that Nvda has above it, guys. A potential sustainable process of recovery of Nvda is going to be a tough one, guys. We have buyers trapped all over the place. This is bag holder central. So an anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs is signaling $124. So the average market participant that started a position on Nvda when Nvda reached or hit $152 has an average price as of now of $124. Yeah, we have buyers trapped all over the place, guys. This is going to be a tough one. Oh, by the way, take a look. This is an interesting one. So take a look at this AVWAP. This is an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the first trading session of 2024. So over here, we have buyers with winning positions rather than losing positions at an average cost of $104. Nvidia bounced off this level pretty much a month ago, guys, or 15 days ago. So, yeah, since we have this anchor VWAP over here that comes from, a long time ago, $102. So that, okay, now that I am visualizing that anchor VWAP, guys, if we happen to see a test of the March 10th low at around $104, I might even give it a shot myself at Nvidia. Yeah. So we already have a previous level of support that already acted as such this year, but slightly below that level, we have the anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the first trading session of 2024. And we have buyers over here with winning positions that could be defending price rather than capitulating. It is an interesting level, guys. I gotta give you guys that. Ideally, we want to see buyers showing strength. So the best technical setup in order to go long Nvidia would be with this stock recapturing the 5 DMA and the 20-day, for that matter as well, at $117. And lastly, if we take a look at the market structure of Nvidia, let's see Nvda. Take a look, guys. A very ugly looking market structure that is signaling that we potentially have lower levels or lower prices coming up for Nvidia, guys. Take a look at the demand. It's collapsing. The supply is also going down, which could be signaling, guys. Usually when we see a stock that is way off the highs and when the market structure is signaling or is showing us the demand going down along with the supply, that could be signaling that we are about to see some sort of seller's exhaustion process. So maybe if sellers are getting tired here, and if we see a quick test of 104, maybe Nvidia could be bouncing back up from there, right? So ideally above 117, and I would be curious about seeing 104, guys. Yeah, I would be curious. Okay, guys, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. By the way, guys, from this weekend on, I am resuming my videos in English or spoken in English at least once a week. I love making videos in English because I'm doing something different, guys. I am speaking Spanish all day long, live streaming for the members of my Patreon. And if I make a video in English, I am some way, somehow doing something different. So whenever try to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and all that stuff. But whenever I make a video in English, I will be obviously letting you guys know in Discord. Yeah. Sure. So, thank you, guys. I will see you tomorrow in Discord. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I need to get some rest. And hopefully my wife will not want to talk to me later on today, right? It's going to be quiet around here. All right, guys. Take care. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks.